And when I was seeing my parish priest going to the church, visiting the small Christian community, schools, that made me to like to be a priest, to desire to be a priest. And if given a chance to be a young man, I'll still be a priest. That's what my desire is.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Leo tumefika katika parokia ya Familia Takatifu Chepchoina katika safari ya Wito kuweza kukutana na padre paroko wa parokia hii. Tuweze kusafiri na yeye katika safari yake ya Wito. Padre, karibu.
Asante.
Naomba usalamie watazamaji wangu na pia uwafahamishe unaitwa nani.
Tumsifu Yesu Kristo. Nami naitwa Father Chrispine Okoth Signore. Shirika langu ni Contemplative Evangelizers of the Heart of Christ. Kwa Swahili watafakari waeneza injili wa moyo wa Kristo. Tulianzishwa pale Nakuru, Rongai.
Naam, Padre, asante pia kwa kutukaribisha katika parokia yako. Naomba utuambie kwamba ulizaliwa wapi?
Nilizaliwa upande wa Siaya 1970.
Aha. Tukiendelea Padre, ulisoma shule ya chekechea, shule ya primary, shule ya upili, ulianzia wapi?
Nilianzia in our village. There is a school called Mdaho Primary School. That's where I did my standard 1 up to 8. Then after that, I proceeded to St. Gabriel Minor Seminary in the Archdiocese of Kisumu.
For secondary education?
Yes.
For secondary education?
For secondary education, Form 1 up to Form 4.
Padre, nyumbani pale wazazi walikuwa wanafanya kazi?
Ya, walikuwa wanafanya kazi
ya serikali.
Okay, mama yangu alikuwa mtu wa mkulima. Baba alikuwa anafanya Nairobi. He was a mechanic by profession.
Yeah. Nataka kwa upana utueleze maisha ilikuwa kwaje pale katika pale nyumbani. Maisha ilikuwa kwaje?
Maisha ilikuwa tu kawaida, kama maisha kawaida. Tunaamka asubuhi, tuna ng'ombe pale, mbuzi, kuenda kwa shamba, si ile maisha ya mjini, sisi tulikuwa maisha kawaida tu.
Padre, madhumuni ya kipindi hiki ni kuelimisha vijana wetu pale nje waweze kusikia sauti ya Mungu, na we encourage them also that to serve in the altar of God is so beautiful. So ndio madhumuni wa kipindi hiki. Mtakatifu Stefano, sisi tuliamua kuangazia zaidi maisha ya padri tangu akiwa mtoto hadi wakati amekuwa mtu mzima, na vile alivyoweza kujiunga ama kutafakari na kusikia sauti ya Mungu, kujiunga kwa shirika ama jimbo. Padri, pale nyumbani maisha ya shule ya upili dara Form 1 up to Form 4, maisha ilikuwa kwaje?
Maisha ilikuwa, kwa sababu nilikuwa minor seminary, kwa sababu ni kitu nilikuwa natafuta kuwa nijiunge niwe padri, na pale katika minor seminary ni watu wakati mwingine ufikiri ni maisha ya seminary, major seminar, but pale ni kama secondary school. Kile kinakuwa tofauti ni kwamba pale ni unaenda kanisa asubuhi, wale wana the formators pale ni mapadri, but utapata walimu wengine. Masomo ni ile tu kama ya secondary school. Unasoma hizo tu masomo ya kawaida kama ni mathematics, English, chemistry, physics. Hizo zote tunasoma kama shule zingine, but ni kwamba ni seminary. Tunalenga wito, ni kwamba unawekwa tayari kuwa mtu wa Mungu, kuwa kujiunga na unakuwa na lengo ya kuwa padre. Hiyo tu ndio kitu inafanya iwe tofauti.
Unajua kwa hizi shule ambazo sisi pengine wengine tulisoma, yako ni minor seminary ambaye pengine rector ni padre.
Padre ya.
Sisi huku tunasumbuana na maprinciple. Kesho tunachoma shule, kesho kutwa tunakuwa wagaidi, wengine tunaruka fence. Je, maisha ya minor seminary ni hivyo?
Maisha ya seminary si wale wanaenda huko, no, wakati mwingine tunaenda huko kama watoto. Inafika mahali unaona hii ni maisha, no, na utaona ujanja na hata wakati mwingine watu ugoma. Nakumbuka kwamba wakati ulikuwa form 4, form 3 waligoma, waliamuka wakaenda kwa askofu, wakarudi wakaletwa, wakahamishwa, wakaenda nyumbani.
So ni maisha ya seminary.
Ni maisha ya shule kawaida. But tunalenga uwe mtu wa Mungu. Kama uwezi, si kubembelezwa.
So wakati ulikuwa minor seminary, unaniambia kwamba, ama unaambia mtazamaji wangu kwamba wote wenye walienda minor seminary waliweza kuwa mapadre?
Si wote. In fact, katika darasa langu kwa sababu wale walijiunga na jimbo sioni, but wale walijiunga na mashirika nafikiri ni kama 5 hivi. A class of 44.
Class of 44. So many are called but few are chosen. Naam, padre, baada ya kidato cha 4 ulienda wapi?
Nilikaa nyumbani kwa miezi 6 tu. Baada ya miezi 6 nikajiunga na shirika la watafakari waeneza injili wa moyo wa Kristo.
Naam, shikilia hapo. Hivi naomba ueleze mtazamaji wangu. Hivi ulianza kuhisi wito wakati gani?
Siwezi kukumbuka kwa sababu tangu utotoni kile kilikuwa nataka ilikuwa na padre. Nakumbuka shuleni, primary school, unapewa andika composition. I said nataka kuwa, what do you want to be? Nataka kuwa padre. Naandika ni hivyo. So nikalea mambo kama haya, hiyo ni kuwe padre. Na ndio ikafika kwamba wakati baada ya standard 8, ni wapi niende? Seminary. Minor seminary.
Padre, kuna mtazamaji aliweza kuniuliza kwa hiki kipindi. Je, unahisi wito aje? How do you feel that I need to serve the altar of God? Yes. As a young
person. Okay, I remember once when tulikuwa katika masomo ya dini, catechetical instructions. Ujue petu ilikuwa kwamba kila holiday mnaenda kwa parokia, mna board there, na kila wakati nilikuwa naona padri jioni amevaa kasoki yake, anatembea, anaenda kanisani. Hiyo ilikuwa inanivuta. Hata mimi ningependa kuwa kama hivi, hivyo tu. Ukiona padre anatembea pale, anakuja kusoma misa, hata wewe unahisi tu ndio tu hiyo ndio, na ujue kwamba baadaye kila unaona pale Padre anatenda, hata wewe utataka kuiga ili ufanye. Unagadha rafiki, brothers, sisters, wewe ndio kiongozi kwa jina la Baba, mkomisa. Nakumbuka nilifukuzwa siku moja kwa sababu tulikuwa tunataka kusoma misa. So, haistahili wewe ufanye kama mambo kama haya, because you are not a priest. But wewe unahisi kwamba mimi nataka nikuwe padri. Nataka wenzangu wajue kwamba mimi ni padri. Yeah. So haya tu ndio ianza, na tunahisi kutokana na vile tunaona mapadri na wengine wanafanya.
Kwa ufupi ni kwamba unataka ama unatuambia hivi, mavazi ya mapadri ili kuvutia, ambapo Mtakatifu Francisco alisema si kila wakati unahubiri kwa kuongea, hata pia kwa mavazi. So mavazi ya mapadri yaliweza kukuvutia wewe. Padri, baada ya miezi 6 ulijiunga na shirika. Naam, hapo sasa uliweza kujua aje kwamba kuna shirika linaitwa Contemplative?
Ilitokana na my cousin mwingine alikuwa amejiunga na hilo shirika, na because mimi nahisi kusali, navutwa mambo ya kusali, na vile ananiambia vile pale watu usali vile wanafanya, nikasikia pale ndio wito wangu iko.
Ukafanyaje? Naomba ueleze mtazamaji wangu how to join, how should I join, or if I have that calling to join Contemplative, how will I get into Contemplative?
When you want to join the Contemplative Evangelizers, first of all you start by communicating with the vocation directors. That's where the beginning. Communicate with them. They will advise you, come and see. They go, they instruct you, they tell you what the life is, what is required of you, how you should behave. Then you go back home. Then within that time, as you communicate, they give you some things that you are going to do. Then as far as that also, you have to be with the priest, the parish priest. You should be always in connection, because at the end of the day, the priest is the one who is going to give you the recommendation to join the shirika that you are looking for. So that is the beginning, communication through our vocation director.
Pale nyumbani hukuvutiwa na kwamba naweza tumikia Mungu kupitia jimbo?
Okay, you understand that in the beginning you don't know this thing that there is jimbo, there is wewe unajua padre ni padre. Ukiona, but as time goes, that's why I was in the minor seminary. That is a Dasan minor seminary. It was later on that I joined the Contemplative Evangelizers. It was not the minor seminary of the Contemplative Evangelizers, but there we are enlightened, because they help us to nurture our vocation, to open up our mind. What is that you want in life? Not necessarily that you have to become a priest, but they open up your mind and they give you a way that you can choose even to go out to serve as a lay person.
Naam, Padre, uka apply kuingia shirika. Ilichukua muda gani wa kujibu kwamba naam, karibu na ukuwe mmoja wetu?
Okay, just as I finished my secondary course. We started communication because that was the time for the communication. Maybe 2 years communicating, maybe you can call it 2 years, because you see, look, before even starting communication, there is but 2 years I can say is such of that communication.
So you are telling me that the Contemplative started journeying with you as early as Form 2?
Yes, Form 2, not necessarily Form 2. Okay, I want to tell you that during that time, before coming to exactly what I wanted, because there were so many shirika that we also communicated, because my cousin was a good man, opened up, gave me so many congregations, this one. So amongst them you see which one also you want the best according to your desire and your longing, because there is something deeper in you. Unajisikia huku tu, hata ukienda pale unajisikia. So that is what I say. So maybe practical seriousness began within 6 months. In 6 months, that's the serious communication.
So they allowed you to join them?
Yes, they allowed us to join.
Now I want you to take us that day that you arrived in the congregation. Ulikuwa unajihisi aje padre? Ama ulianza kubariki watu kutoka kwa mlango?
During those days, ours is a bit, we are contemplatives. You enter the guest house. Entering the guest house, by that time we had got the founder, the real founder. For us, we did not hear of the founder. We saw the founder. So he was the one in charge. So he came to welcome me. Say, good Chrispine, because he was very clever. He would not forget when you just tell him your name. So Chrispine, good. Where is your home? How is your home? God is calling you, and he will tell you very nice words. You will just say, this is a saint. He had got some beard. So say, good brother, enter the house of the Lord. Come pray. I've reached heaven. I've reached heaven. Heart alone. I said, I'm in the right place. I see two mambo, I'm in the right place. And what I wanted, I've got it. Then he took me to because there are the brothers in charge. So they took me to where the aspirants are supposed to stay. The newcomers are supposed to stay. I remember after that, I was taken to the dining hall to take some tea. After that, I was taken to then supper. We went to pray, because their prayer. Immediately, the evening prayer came. After the evening prayer, then we went for supper. The life began just immediately after that.
Now, Padre, wakati uliingia kwa shirika, sasa umefika hiyo siku ya kwanza, uliona ule upendo ambao mkuu wa shirika ama the founder alikupea?
Yes.
What was running in your mind?
What was running in my mind? When will I be? You want to jump all the processes to what you are supposed to be. Because God is calling here. No, that's all. No, you feel you want even to go now to see his arm.
Which year was that?
It was in 1990.
1990. You joined the congregation in
1991, because that's the time that time. 1991.
Okay.
June.
Mlikuwa wangapi mlijiunga kama aspirants? wa kipindi hicho?
Kipindi hicho, we were like 12 those who came
from different
places. You've reached there, you are not the only one. They were coming in tons also.
Now, hebu niambie wakati hiyo ambayo mmeingia, je, timetable pengine ya masomo ama day to day mmeshaandaliwa?
By that time, I don't know. I cannot guess what it was.
Okay, let me put like this. Now, so mlilala. The following day, ni nini ilianza sasa kutoka hapo? Ama how was your formation then?
The formation then as it was, because already what you say that it was their timetable. Yes. You enter into the timetable of the aspirants because there is already set timetable of the aspirants. So that in the morning you wake up, you go to church, you have got the morning prayer, meditation. Then after the meditation, when you come back, then you go to class. There is a time for class. Then there is time for work. Then after lunch, then you go to rosary. There is a time for the rosary also. Then after the time for the rosary, then there is another work also. Prayer and work. Ora et labora. That's what then we add also another aspect of study. So praying, working, studying, because that is the motto and that's the program that we have as such. So after that rosary, you come again to class, then you go to evening prayer, then it starts again.
Padre, I hope bado inaendelea hivyo mpaka saizi ama imebadilika kwa manufaa ya kijana ambaye anapenda kujiunga na shirika lenu?
Okay, still it's the same. Still, because that is initial stage. Like now seems to be different because we were like the pioneers. For us, for the shirika, we were like the pioneers. But now even the stages of formation, there are some things that were not there during those times that are now, because like there is the discernment here. For us, we had got no time for the discernment here. We would come, we just begin, but now there is a discernment here. After the discernment here, that's 1 year, you will come to a stage that is called now aspirancy, postulancy. Then after that,
how long?
The aspirancy, you do it the time for philosophy. That's the time for philosophy. There is that discernment here. That one is a year that you do just, there are some studies that are not well designed or structured as such. But now after that 1 year, you enter into the philosophical study. And that's the time we call it the aspirancy. Then aspirancy. Then when you are finished, almost you are finishing your philosophy, then during the time of Lent, then it is the time that we enter the postulancy. Our postulancy is very short because June you are supposed to join the novitiate. And it is still the same as it is as now, as we did it and as it is now. That when you have finished your philosophy, as you are concluding your philosophy, during Lent, you enter into postulancy, a very simple ceremony. Then within that year, those months, then when it reaches June, because we finish the studies in May, the philosophical studies, then in June 29, we join the novitiate. Novitiate is 2 years. It is still 2 years as it was, 2 years. Then because 1 year is canonical year, the second year is a year that for pastoral experience. For us, we did it within the community, but now it is 6 months you do it outside, then you come back for another 6 months, to prepare yourself for the vows.
So outside where?
In our communities.
Okay.
Various communities
Okay.
that will be assigned by the superior.
That is now.
Now,
And then back then?
after the philosophy, after the novitiate, you have to take your vows after 2 years of formation. Because you see, I've said the second year, like now, for us it was all within the community, but now it is divided into two. There is 6 months that you do it in the community, so we call it community experience, community and pastoral experience. Then you come back for another 6 months, which will be a time for the preparation for the vows, the first vows. So that time, immediate preparation.
Now, there is a young man outside there, doesn't know that, or doesn't understand by the word, by what you are saying, that we take vows. Can you please elaborate for them so that they should or they could understand?
Okay, the vows are such, the vows are the life, we imitate the life of Christ. Christ who is chaste, Christ who is obedient, Christ who is poor. Then we got another, in our institute we have got the fourth vow, the promotion of contemplative prayer. That becomes the fourth vow, because we are supposed to help people to pray, to promote the prayer for contemplation. So it's the life, because the life, how Jesus lived. So that the vows are so the life of Jesus Christ as he lived. So we imitate Jesus Christ. Those are the life of the vows.
Padre, umetuambia kwamba kuna postulancy, kuna aspirancy, kuna falsafa. Naomba ukikaa mwaka moja wa aspirancy, ama hapa kwa aspirancy ndio bado utakuwa unafanya falsafa.
Okay, it's true what you are saying. When you have finished your the so-called discernment here, you enter into now the philosophical studies, and that philosophical studies is what we call the stage of aspirancy. You are still aspiring. You are not a professed. You have not joined. You are still aspiring to be what you are a candidate, to the life that you want you have chosen. So you are still there. So in philosophy 1, philosophy 2, philosophy 3, you are still aspiring. So that's why we call the aspirants. Then we entered into now the postulancy. Now that is, you become a true seeker of what you want, like to be a contemplate evangelizers of the heart of Christ. So when you are a true seeker, you are instructed, you become a special group, or within the philosophical studies. That after the philosophical study, immediately you will go to the novitiate, where you are going to learn the life that you are to live. That is, you are going to be taught how to be a contemplative evangelizers. Their constitution. You are to study the constitution. You are instructed on the way you should live a community life. So that is what we do in the novitiate. And the novitiate is not within philosophy. That philosophy was within the time of aspirancy and postulancy.
Now, Padre, after aspirancy, or that period of aspirancy, you go for philosophy. Now, can you tell me, or tell my viewer, how was it for you to join the philosophy? How was it? How did you take it? How was the studies of philosophy? Yes. Give them experience, a bit of experience.
Philosophy, I liked philosophy. That's one thing that I liked philosophy.
Yes.
I liked it very much. And especially the subjects that our founder was teaching, because he was a true teacher, a very dedicated teacher. I loved it, the philosophy. And it challenges you. You become more reasonable, no? You become now start reasoning on what things, questioning things, trying to dig into, don't just agree. You have to critically look into things, and that sharpens the mind. That's the good part of it, that it sharpens the mind. When you leave the novitiate, the philosophy, you are not the Chrispine who came in. You are a different person. When somebody talks, you want to challenge. You see something missing within that talk.
Yes. Why did the church decided that we should teach before a theology? We teach or you take a lesson of philosophy. Why did the church came up with that? How do you see, or what's your reasoning behind it? Yes.
It is said philosophy, and the philosophy that is the handmaid of the theology, because it helps us, because when we are going to study theology, we do not understand theology deeply without the philosophical study. So it is like a handmaid. It helps you. It helps you to make reasoning and to help you to understand deeply the life of God as you are going to study in theology.
Now, after philosophy, where did you go, Padre?
After philosophy, I joined the novitiate. Novitiate.
Within the institution.
By that time, for us, it was within. Everything was within
the institution, yes.
Within the institution. But by now, our discernment here, it is in Rongai, Nakuru, where we were founded. Then our philosophy, it's in Nairobi. Then novitiate, now it is in Kipkelion, where the monks, the monastery was before. Then after finishing, you go back to Nairobi for theology. Why Nairobi for this? Because in Nairobi, we have got many institutions there and many teachers that we can get them and learn more about the things that are required.
Padre, give us your experience when you are in theology. Yes. How was it to you? Yes.
Okay, theology is, theology is like humbles you. There you've been arguing, but now it is about the life of God and what you are, because there is a study called dogma. It's about what is there. It is that and it is that. The life of Jesus is this. Jesus is God, man. You don't argue about it. It is that, because most of the things you have learned, you are just applying in the theology. You have done the nature, you have done nature in the philosophy, you have done person in the philosophy, so that when you come here, you just apply it and get it to what is required of it. So that is the theology which is there. So more than that, it makes you to humble, then to start thinking about God, and put you become more mature. I think at that time your years are not as when you came from the secondary school now, and you have passed even the novitiate. Novitiate, they try to squeeze you. Somebody said they squeeze you like a lemon, as then throw you, then you are purified. Now you can become a member. Because after the novitiate, you become a member of the institute. You become now a professed. So, you know, in us, it's not like as religious, it is concurrent, you know. These things go, the stages of the priesthood and the stages of the religious life, they go together. Mm-hmm. So that when you finish the novitiate, you immediately become a professed, you become a member of that institute, and you become a temporal member. You become a temporal member, not a perpetual member. Mm-hmm. So you renew your vows for 3 years, so that you are given time to think, wewe unataka kuwa contemplative evangelizer ama bado? So every year there is a renewal, and you apply. Because if you don't apply and you are not accepted, your vows expire and you are out of the institute. So every year you have to apply, you have to be accepted again. There is evaluation. Our founder will make it a joke. June is coming. June is coming. You know that. So just mess. June is coming. Where there is evaluation, whether you are going to be contemplative evangelizer or not, because it's not only studies. We don't only study. It's about formation. It is about life lived. So, so as we were doing the theology, we were also undergoing the formation of being a member, living, and especially a community life as such that is required of us.
Padre, baada ya kuingia theolojia, mnasoma miaka ngapi ndio upate daraja ya ushemanzi?
For us we did 4 years. 4 years.
Until you finish your studies?
Until we finish our study. Even now, until you finish your studies. Because as you understand that we are religious, you have to finish up your studies. Then you go to another study. There is a preparation for for perpetual vows now. Mm-hmm. So you begin to prepare for the perpetual vows. Because you know, as a contemplative evangelizer, you know, in the diocese, they are incarnated in the diocese. But for us to be a member, you cannot be ordained when you are not a member, and not only temporal, a perpetual member. Then you are to be a deacon. Mm-hmm. Then you become a priest. Mm-hmm. As a member of the contemplative. So you belong to the institute. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Sorry, Padre, I want to differentiate for me and my viewer. There is a temporary vow and a perpetual vow. What can you give us the difference of that, please?
Temporal vows are moments whereby a member tries to discern the life that he has chosen already. He is already a member, but should I continue with this life? The church has given you a chance for 1 year, because when you are taking your vows, you say that I take my vows for 1 year. For 1 year. So they give you that chance to discern the life that you have already chosen as a member for 1 year. If you wish to continue, then you apply, then they renew it. You keep on renewing. That's why I talk of temporal, then keep on renewing. Then when you become now a perpetual member, you become now a permanent member. You are not just now going to renew. You are no longer going just to discern. Now you have discerned and you have said, now I have accepted. Here I am. It is finished. Mm-hmm. Now I become a member, full member. Mm-hmm.
That's after 3rd year in congregation year. Or 4th year?
After the
for philosophy, 4th year or 3rd year?
Usually we take our perpetual vows after the 4th year.
After the fourth year. Okay.
Of the theology.
Of the theology. Now, I am a lay person that just want to ask a question. Suppose I've taken my perpetual vows as a contemplative brother. Will I be allowed to leave the congregation if at all I've decided that I'm tired with this?
With this life?
Yes.
Yeah, there is a provision that even as a perpetual member, and this is canon law, plus the constitution allows you, because you feel that, I don't feel like continuing, that you depart. There is a part of a section that of departure from the Shirika, from the institute, you depart. So, and with the canon law, the direction that is required, you have, but as, this is what you have to know, as a deacon or a priest, you must first of all find a diocese or an institute that is going to accept you. Otherwise, you cannot, if you are a priest, you have to be somewhere. We don't vagus priests, priests that are just loitering. No, you must be somewhere. And that's why I told you that before ordained a deacon or a priest, you must be in an institution or a diocese. And that's why when you are leaving the institute as a contemplative evangelizer, a priest or a deacon, you must get a diocese or an institute that will make you to enter into. Because the part of the religious life will be done, but now there is the life, the part of the being a clergy or priesthood.
Yes.
That also must be taken care of.
Yes.
Now you are not only a religious, you are a religious priest.
Yes.
You are a religious priest. So there are two parts that are to be dealt with. Okay, you would have finished with what is religious, but there is also that part of the priesthood that should also be taken care of, so that when you leave, you know where you belong. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Now, Padre, ukamaliza masomo ya theolojia, nadhiri zako za mwisho uliweka mwaka gani?
I did it in 2000. Myself, I did it 2000. 2000. That's when I became a perpetual member.
Perpetual member. And you are diaconate?
Diaconate came. That is life.
Yeah, that's life.
I took it after 3 years.
3 years.
Yeah.
Yes.
2003.
Yes. You are given diaconate.
Diaconate now.
Yes.
Yeah. I'm a perpetual member, not a priest.
Not a priest.
Not a deacon. No, and that is the goodness with the religious life.
Yes.
You are there, a full member. You are serving. You are serving as any other member would serve. Because the priesthood is a service now to the institute. You are serving life, serving what? Because for me, because why should, because a priest, had got some difficulties.
Yes.
Had got some question marks.
Yes.
I'm a bit tough.
Yes.
I like questioning things, So you see, there are still, so should he become a priest? Should he? Let's see. So,
we thank God
because they can, because you say, should he? No. So they kept to me for some times.
Watching and analyzing you also.
Yeah.
Then they understood
you. They understood.
The long as they understood you. Now, after your diaconate, you are sent to parish to work, or how do you go about it?
In fact, this is my first parish to run as a Baba Paroko.
Yeah.
I've been always in the formation.
Yes.
Yeah, I usually say that I was from class to class. From class to class.
Yes.
Because I remember after the diaconate, I was appointed to go to... Meanwhile, I was also teaching at that time. During this time that I was not ordained, I was there assisting in the formation for some instruction, giving some instruction to our brothers that were there. So after that, after ordination, with the diaconate, I was taken to Nairobi to be in the retreat center, assistant director in the retreat.
After diaconate?
After the diaconate, yes. That's where my first appointment was officially now as a deacon, as a clergy there. Then after that, when I was ordained a priest, lay here after, I became the director now.
Of that?
Immediately of our retreat center. I became the director of that. So, as I was there also still in the formation, helping in the formation teaching, and also helping in the retreat center. After 3 years, I was taken for further studies. So then after that.
Where?
At Catholic University of Eastern Africa.
For masters?
For masters.
Pastoral
theology.
Pastoral theology.
Pastoral theology.
So you are telling me you are a theologian?
I'm a theologian. And you know, I did not want to. I liked philosophy. And I wanted philosophy. But I think...
you could disturb us.
But I know, let me tell you, I think the church is also very good.
Very clever.
And they say no. I gave me now the philosophy. Then I found that the unit that I took, or the specialization that I went for, is even better.
You enjoy it?
It is more, it's better than even the philosophy, I say. Because here I deal with the life, pastoral theology, no? Yes. Pastoral theology, we deal with the day-to-day running of the being life of the Christians. Everything is pastoral.
Yes.
That is the joy.
Yes.
And the special part that I had, because as pastoral theology, in my thesis I wrote on planning for effective leadership. So I became, I'm a lover of planning. And then I came to enjoy it so much. I like it. Even I'm seeing, and then I would have been mistaken to go for philosophy. This is where God wanted me to be.
So you did for 4 years the degree?
For
2 years, masters.
2 years.
After masters, you were sent where again?
I was sent to the novitiate. I became a novice master.
Rongai?
In Rongai, I was brought to Rongai from Nairobi up to...
Yes.
I just remained there for 1 year. And after that 1 year, there was election. The spirits changed. So I was elected to be a member of the General Council.
Yes.
I became a vicar general also there. So I had to leave the novitiate. So back to Nairobi. Because by that time our head of institute was situated in Nairobi. So that's where I was in Nairobi. but still continuing teaching. So I left the novitiate, but as a vicar general, still I would still teach my institute our members, because that is now philosophy, theology is there, so you have access to the students and to the schools around.
So you became vicar for how many years?
For 6 years.
6 years.
6 years.
3.
Not that's a term is 6 years.
6 years. So a term is 6 years.
6 years.
You are lucky.
But local, because there is the local superior, you meet for 3 years.
3 years.
Then you renew, it becomes 6. But for it
vicar.
is just continuous.
6 years.
6 years.
How was it running that office? Can you please tell us the work of vicar general in a congregation?
Yeah, the vicar general in a congregation, his main work is to assist the superior general. When he is absent, he assists him, or there are some particular duties that I is supposed to do, be helping in the discipline personnel, because that's where I was, personnel, dealing with personnel. So I was on the part of personnel. Dealing with the priest is not also easy. When you're dealing with the personnel, you know that you're dealing with the priest. Yeah. The life of priests. So that's where so you learn more about members. Who is that? Who is that? Don't just see people from outside.
So you stayed for 6 years.
6 years.
After 6 years, Padre?
6 years. Okay, within that 6 years, I was maybe appointed on other different positions to assist. I remember I was also a chaplain. I became a chaplain of a religious institute for three years. Yeah. Then also I came also to assist when our school had a problem. I was also appointed as a school administrator. Those within just that. In Rongai again, I came back in Rongai, but this one was in Asumbi, where I was as a chaplain for the sisters for 3 years. Then when this problem came in, I was to come and bring order.
As a disciplinarian.
Yeah.
So after
the 6th year,
yes.
The 6th year, unfortunately or unfortunately, what can I say? I became the superior general of the institute. Fortunately. That's fortunate. Hey, you understand this?
Fortunately, not unfortunate.
So another 6 years. Another 6 years as the
superior of the congregation. Yes. How was it being a superior? You are up there, people are looking upon you, day-to-day business, and the congregation must be perfect and very on point. How was it running a congregation as a superior general?
It is really a challenging job.
Yes.
Challenging, because you have to look everything that is to be, in all aspects you are there. You are the reference. Yeah, everything. Anything, even somebody makes a mistake, the bishop calls the superior. When there is, I don't know what, the reference is, what is the father saying? There is a decision to be made, you are there, that they will still refer. So it keeps you on your toes. It keeps you on your toes. It keeps you on your toes. But this, you work, like as a superior general, you work with the different bishops, and you visit different dioceses. You consult them. You ask them what is needed. and that which is required to be done. So you always work in collaboration with the bishops. Yeah.
That's the major work of a superior.
Yeah.
And also, suppose I just want to go off your congregation. Now suppose that something comes up of Assembly Sisters. Do you remember what was trending? Suppose comes up in your congregation and you are the superior. How do you go about that? Just kidogo tu.
You understand that you have to get to the real matter.
What happened?
Yeah, you have to call them. And that's, working through, it's good to work through the phones. But as this, you need to have them get to know what exactly took place. Know, first of all, exactly what took place. What happened. Then what happened, then from there you can give the judgment on what is there. You call your counselors, members of the General Council, talk over it, because you are not alone. You see, as you make the decisions, there are also your counselors. You seek the advice from the counselors that in this case, what can we help by the Constitution, help by the canon law, then you come to understand what is there that is required of. So from there you will know exactly. But first of all, know from the members, the victims, I can call them victims, or the people who are affected.
Wache hapo kwa sababu unajua shirika iko na mpangilio yao, kama Assembly pengine iko na mpangilio yao. Ndio maana nimekuambia kidogo tu tusiingilie shughuli, na pia tunaendelea kuombea hilo shirika ili liweze Roho Mtakatifu waweze kushuka pale na kuweza kuongoza viongozi wao waweze kujua ambacho watakachofanya. Padre, wakati when you are superior, can you give us your successes? What did you do? Yes, it's now time to give you your flowers. You see, you don't want to come with the flowers when you are dead. No, it's now. This is the right time to give you your flowers.
It's very hard to.
What was your achievement? Yes.
I can say, sometimes it's hard to say this, is very hard.
Just to
but I would want to. There is through. That's why working together with the bishops, and one of the things that I usually say that, and I saw as a great achievement, it was during Corona. When the Corona, we had arranged already that there will be ordination. And in between there, the Corona came in. The brothers, we call each other, even if we are the Corona, they had already been prepared. And we had set the date with the bishop that this is the time for the ordination. The Corona, everything was paralyzed, nothing. But I would like to thank the bishop, that's Maurice Muhatia, now the in the Archdiocese of Kisumu, His Grace now. We managed to have our ordination at the time of Corona. And to make it that it was only the few, there were eight candidates. 8 priests were there. There were some sisters, 6 sisters were there also. That was the ordination. And it was made. Because I was worried about these brothers, because they will be discouraged in life. And they accepted that even without their parents, without what, they are going to be ordained.
I remember that ordination.
Yes.
Akina Father Dominic, is it?
Yes.
I remember.
Yes.
I remember that ordination.
That one, I usually say that it is
an achievement. Yes.
Under crisis, but what you had planned, you come to achieve, to fulfill it. That for me, that is the best thing that I usually say, that we succeeded. We succeeded. Other things, I don't know what can I say. I usually, but that was the challenge. That's for me. That was the biggest.
Now I want us also. Can you tell my viewer the challenges that you met when you were a superior of the congregation? Yes.
Yeah, the challenges that I met as the superior was, first of all, as a young man, leading some elderly people, people sometimes question a young man, you see, that is a challenge, that age gap, which is there. They are big people, elderly people. You still have to make a decision over them.
And the balance there.
You also have to balance what is there. So that is a great challenge for me. And another challenge is that as a superior, you are not stationed. Okay, there is a head office, but your area of working is not only there, not only in that place. You are all over, like we are all over Kenya. You should know what our members are there in Nakuru, in Mombasa, in Wapi. You have to know. And you have to coordinate with the bishops, that this comes to, so that those challenges, that is a great challenge, to be there to know what the members are doing, because if anything happens to the member, the spirit is called. I remember there was in the conference of the superiors, one was saying that superiors are they go wazimamoto. the
fire extinguishers.
Wazimamoto, use the term wazimamoto. Sisi ni wazimamoto. Where there is a problem, you go to Zima. So that is one thing that is a real challenge for the superior, and I think those are the biggest challenges, and to see to it that the diocese is running. I mean, the institute is running. People like those in the formation, they are there because what they need is there, provided. What is there, the sick members, everything is continuing. And you have to see that everything is running. So you keep on, your head is...
Padre, I want to ask you a question. Have you at any given time umesha lose hope kwamba now kwa sababu shirika imenisumbua? Your low moment, have you reached that point?
No, I don't think I reached. But there are hard moments that, say, will I manage this? Will I manage it? Because this is a problem, a real problem. That will, because as I said that you work in unison or in coordination with the bishops, there are moments that maybe the bishops might not be in understanding with what is there. And, it is something very important. So to come to this, because how am I going to face these people? But one thing that I know, the Holy Spirit works. And at the end of the day, you say, thanks be to God. Yeah. That is the real hope. But because if you are a superior and you give up, the whole shirika scramble. Because you are the last one. The buck ends with you. And when the buck ends with you, and you have given hope, then the others all have given hope. That's what I can say.
Naam Padre, baada ya miaka 6 ya kukuwa superior, ukatumwa wapi?
Immediately I was sent to Chepchirchir, Holy Family Chepchirchir. I went after that, immediately after the office. I went for some months for rest. Then immediately after that rest, I was appointed to the Holy Family Chepchirchir in Kitale Diocese. And that is where I am up to now. Yes.
Now, Padre, let me put like this. You have said that you went for a rest. And my viewer knows that Father Chris is a priest. And priest does not have leave or off or to go. They don't have family. That they can go with their family for vacation or whatever. Can you please elaborate to my viewer what do you mean by you went for a rest, so that they might also understand that you people, you are a human being and you need to rest?
Yeah, we rest from because as a priest I'm supposed to be appointed to this parish or to that assignment. But here is whereby now I work freely without being appointed or having a responsibility, something that ties me. But there are also institutions that allow you to go there to have a moment of reflection, to return to the work as it is needed. So this is resting. Resting resting does not mean doing nothing. That's one thing that we should know.
So bado unaendelea kuwa padri, wewe ni padri na bado unafanya misa.
Unasoma misa, we don't jump mass. Mass still continues as usual, but you are not tied to a specific apostolate.
Yes.
You are free. You can go visit that place, visit that parish, so that you reflect, you have a moment of reflection, discernment over the work that you have done. Yeah.
After being, after getting out of
office. Let's say office.
Yes. Now, hapa kuna kukanyagana.
Yeah.
Pengine kuna kurekebishana.
Yes.
Yes, sometimes you want this congregation to be like this, but other priests that you are heading in wrong direction. Now, after going out of the office and for a bit relaxing, did you have that vita hapana huyu padri hapana? Unajua wengine wanatoroka hata kabisa because they know that pengine wale mapadri wengine wale ni kataa.
One thing and as a leader, that's what I would want to tell people. As a leader, do what is right. You will be protected by the law. And if you are protected by the law, you will not run away or shy off from people when you are out of the office. You will still be a good man, a person that is accepted in the institute. But one thing that I want to tell you, and I remember two bishops. One is cardinal. And when I was just newly elected, and he was telling me, he quoted the gospel, and he told me, Father, because you have to listen from your elders. These are our elders, and they are doing all this work. when there is a problem, call, talk, one-to-one. If we cannot, call another one, be two. Then, that is a very good advice from an elder, because the cardinal is an elder to me. And one thing also that I learned, because the Archbishop now is Grace Maurice Muhati. Father, write everything. You have appointed this person there, right? I remember there was a case whereby it was a crash, and there are people also, they try to accuse you to the ecclesiastical authorities, but when you have written things and things are done accordingly, you just produce. You don't talk too much. This and this I did according to 1, 2, 3. This I did 1, 2, 3. I usually say I have no problem. I did not get that kind of rejection. I did not get that kind of rejection. But as per now, emeritus, I live a hidden life. I don't talk too much. I am much in my parish, and I focus more in my parish. I want to leave the others to do their works in peace.
Now, Padre, you are sent to Chepchoina, Holy Family Parish, Chepchoina.
Yes.
You came to the parish. How was the reception by the Christians? And remember, as you answer that, it's your first time to do a pastoral work. Yes.
Okay, I think I was accepted. I was accepted. One thing that we were told when we were doing institutional organization, that when you go somewhere, know that there is one who do not want you. Be always ready to, so that when you are here, know that there are some people, there is somebody who do not want you. And having that in mind, you are not going to be discouraged when you hear somebody talking negatively about it, because it's already, you have not known it. So, but generally, I was accepted. And the smooth transition which was there between the father was there, and when I came in, I think it was a good one. So I saw it, I was being accepted. One thing that being here in Chepchoina, in the field, is as if I'm still in the class. Because what I was teaching, I'm now doing them practically. That is now. And I think it was best to come. Because I remember the superior asking me, Father, where would you want to go? Maybe, I don't know whether I thought that I would want, because I've been in the formation, so to go to class. But I wanted, because I was really longing one day to be in the field. Because my desire for being a priest was for that. And when I was seeing my parish priest going to the church, visiting the small Christian community, schools, that made me to like to be a priest, to desire to be a priest. And so that was like what a priesthood is like. And I'm not doing it. I never knew that there is a moment that there are teachers priests who are just teachers. But it came to be that I became one of them. But now when I was given a chance, where do you want to go? I said, for me, you appoint me to maybe to a parish, not into a class. I did not say of a class, but I just say in a parish. So you let him So he said, there is a father who is living, so would you want to say, Father, it is because as a religious, because I know you have been in that office. It is a hot, so you don't want. I don't want there. I don't want there. No, just get it too.
Padre, as we wind up, there is a question always I post to a priest, as I do Safari ya Wito. Padre, do you regret being a priest? Look at that camera.
There is no moment that I have thought of any life. That is the life that I'm living, and I still long to live. And if given a chance to be a young man, I'll still be a priest. That's what my desire is. That's my fulfillment. I don't know if I would have been fulfilled if I would not have been a priest. Yes.
Padre, I want you to talk to our young boys there who are still discerning to serve God. As an elderly person, a person who has been in formation, a person who has been superior, you know how the challenges, the enjoyment, how you feel the successes as being a priest and the journey. Advise our young boys there who they feel that they should come and serve Lord.
Yeah. The first thing that I would want to tell our young men and women, because they also would want to be in the vocation, is to be focused. When you have chosen a life, take it as the life that you want to live, and do not look there and there. Be focused and live the life that is. There are challenges that are there. I know there are challenges. But those challenges, you will only overcome those challenges when you live the life that you are called to live. That's what I can call upon them. And as they look, and there are requirements for different institutions. Let them work hard in their studies, in their behavior, so that they may fit to the life that they are choosing. Because if you may pass the exams and the behavior is not that all good, you are giving a disservice to the church. But when you live holy, then you give a church a better thing. You become a gospel to be preached. You live what Jesus Christ himself called us for.
Padre, naomba pia ueleze wale vijana ama kijana pale anatamani kuingia katika shirika lenu. Je, anahitaji kukua na nini to qualify to be an aspirant kwa Contemplative Evangelizing of Sacred Heart?
To be, if you want to become a Contemplative Evangelizers of the Heart of Christ, first of all, because that is a requirement, is about the education also, because that is very key. And we, as the Contemplative Evangelizers, we take those with C+ and above. C+ and above. And those people who have got good desire or they like to pray, and people who are well behaved, good character is a requirement for our institution.
And it must be a Catholic and baptized.
That is, those are obvious.
Not obvious.
Because first of all, because that is being obvious that you can't become a priest. That's one thing, that you can't become a priest without being baptized. That is very key.
Padre, I want to ask you, suppose I have not been baptized and I have distant and I want to join your congregation. You will allow me to come to your congregation, then you baptize me, and then you give me the confirmation. Will you allow me when you are in your congregation, or I just start from my parish so that I come when I'm fully equipped?
You should begin it at home.
Yes.
As far as you know there. All these things, there are these processes like baptism, confirmation, should be done at your home level, at your place there. Because sometimes, to get somebody who has just a neophyte, newly baptized, is also challenging, because first of all, he has to come pass through the life and so forth, so will take long. So at least one who is mature, a mature Christian, Yeah.
Naam, mmesikia kwamba ukitaka kujiunga na shirika ya Contemplative Evangelizers of Sacred Heart, uwe na maadili mema, uwe na cheti cha kidato cha 4 na alama ya cha kuongeza ama C+, ili uweze kuqualify kukua katika hii shirika. Zaidi ya hapo pia uwe na umebatizwa na uwe umepata kipaimara, pia uwe Mkatoliki. Asante sana watazamaji wangu kwa kutufuatilia kila wakati. Asante kwa vijana ambayo hiki kipindi bado inaendelea kuwajaza, inaendelea kuwapatia hekima, mnaendelea kuhisi sauti ya Mungu. Na asante pia kwa vijana ama kijana yule ambayo katika hiki kipindi ameweza kujiunga na shirika na ama jimbo fulani ikamsaidia na akaweza sasa ako katika masomo yake. Tuzidi kuombeana, tuzidi kuombea mashirika na jimbo letu, majimbo zetu zote za Kenya, ili katika wito vijana wengi, wasichana kwa wavulana, waweze kuendelea kusikia sauti ya Mungu, kuweza kubali kumtumikia Mungu kila wakati. Padri, asante. Mtakatifu Stefano, tunakushukuru sana, na zaidi ya yote tutazidi kukuombea kama Mtakatifu Stefano. Kila wakati tutazidi kukutembea na wewe katika safari yako ya wito. Tumsifu Yesu Kristo.